G'day guys, and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, I'll be giving you my predictions for the 2025 AFL Finals. Super excited for this, man. Finals footy is back. How good. We've got obviously this weekend off. The teams will have a bye or a week off before finals starts. I guess you could call it a bye. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm super pumped for this. I think this is going to be one of the best final series in a while. I generally believe anybody from 1 to 8 can win it. I think that is how close the competition is. And yeah, I'm just super pumped for this season. It's one of the tightest seasons we've seen. The Bulldogs finished with 56 points and failed to make the 8. That is how close it was from 1st to 9th. It came down to last to Wednesday's game between the Suns and the Bombers. Obviously, Suns too good there, winning that one by like 95 points. So they will face Fremantle, finishing 7th there in the second elimination final. To kick things off, though, you've got the Adelaide Crows taking on the Collingwood Magpies on Thursday, with the Friday night game being the Cats versus the Lions. The two Saturday games will be the Giants and Hawthorn, and then Fremantle and the Suns. All right, guys, before we get into this one, please do leave a like and subscribe. It'll mean the absolute world to me. You guys are legends. And if you could, drop down in the comments who you're predicting to win it all in 2025. Now, let's get into my predictions. So the first game, Adelaide taking on Collingwood. Now, Collingwood finished the season quite poorly, in my opinion, and I think they were pretty lucky to hold on to that 4th spot there. So, I do think they may struggle a little bit in the finals. Adelaide, obviously the team to beat coming into finals. They had an extraordinarily good season, I should say. And I think that in the first game at home, I think Adelaide will be too good here. I'm backing them in to get the job done. I think it'll be like a 18 to 19 point win in that first game. So yeah, as I said, I do think Collingwood may struggle a little bit to get the ball rolling in the finals. All right, the next game is the Friday night game between the Cats and the Lions. Brisbane actually play quite well when they're playing away from the Cats. I believe this game is being played at the MCG. Just let me confirm that. Should have confirmed this at the start. It is being played at the MCG, which is, the crazy thing is, every game is played in a different state. The Crows play at Adelaide, obviously, GWS in Sydney. You've got the Dockers over in Western Australia, and then the Cats in Melbourne. So insane stuff to see everybody playing in different states. But yeah, I'm super pumped for it. All right, so the Cats and the Lions. Look, I'd say the Cats would more than likely go into this one as favourites, but I'm going to go the upset here. I'm going to back in the Lions to get the job done. I think we'll see them go straight to the preliminary finals there with Adelaide. All right, so the first of the elimination finals between GWS and Hawthorn. This one's difficult because this is generally a game I could see going either way. I am going to back in a bit of I'd say Giants should be the favourites here, so I'm going to go with the favourites in this one. Backing in the Giants to get the job done, but I 1000% would not be surprised if Hawthorn did get the win there. All right, next up we got the Fremantle Dockers taking on the Gold Coast Suns. I believe these two teams played only just a few weeks ago. Again, let me fact check that. Maybe I was thinking the Lions and the Dockers. Yeah, it's been a while since these two teams have met. My apologies. I actually can't find the last time these two met. Must have been a while ago. Jesus, yeah, no, I was completely wrong. This has been quite some time since these two sides have actually met. Yeah, it's been a long time. It has been a long time since these two sides have met. I do want to see when they played last, though, so I do apologise there. So the Suns played the Dockers at People's First Stadium in the Gold Coast. Fremantle won that one, but I'm going the upset once again. I'm actually going the Suns. I think Gold Coast. I think there's going to be a bit of a Cinderella story with the Suns. Massive win over the Bombers, and I think they at least get through the first round of finals. So the semi-finals then will be between the Collingwood Magpies and the GWS Giants, followed by the Geelong Cats and the Gold Coast Suns. So for the Collingwood Magpies and the Giants game, this will obviously be played. Both these games should be played at the MCG with, in my honest opinion, I think the Giants win. I'm going another upset here. I think the Giants get the job done over Collingwood. As I said, I think Collingwood will struggle in the final series, and I know I'm going to get a lot of Collingwood supporters come at me in the comments. But while they're commenting, if you're not a Collingwood supporter, hit that sub button now. Hit that sub button to show your support. But no, look, I do think Collingwood could pose a bit of a threat in finals, but I think the way they ended the season, I think the momentum's going against them at the moment. So I'm going to say they get knocked out in the second round. Now, obviously, 1,000% could be wrong about that, but I just got a feeling they don't make it past the semis. So I'm pretty confident GWS get the job done there and move on to play the Lions in the second preliminary final. For the second semi-final, the Cats against the Suns. Look, I would love to say the Cinderella story continues and the Suns get the job done to play against the Adelaide Crows. I just can't see it happening. I think Geelong will be too good here, and I'm going to back in the Geelong Cats to beat the Suns in the semi-finals. All right, we've got the preliminary finals. The first game will be, I'd assume, at Adelaide Oval. For this one, the Crows should get the home game here. I'm not too sure how the AFL work at 1,000%, but it should be in Adelaide and then in Brisbane for the prelims with these four teams. For the Adelaide Crows and the Geelong Cats, Adelaide had a great start to the season. They were incredible. They finished the season strong as well, and I generally do believe that they are a premiership threat. But again, I am going to go I guess you could say the underdogs here, and I'm going to back in the Cats to get the job done. I know this game will more than likely be in Adelaide, but I think the Cats are going to come home strong. I'm pretty confident backing them into this one, and I do think they will make yet another grand final. Next up, we've got the Brisbane Lions taking on the GWS Giants. And while the Giants have, they've missed the top four, but they've still made it to the prelims, knocking off Hawthorn and Collingwood, in my opinion. So they will be a tough team to beat, but with, I would say, a sold-out Gabba, I think the Lions will be too strong here, and I do think they move on to the grand final to take on the Geelong Cats. So it should be a cracking grand final. Plenty of stories to be had in this grand final as well. So, you've got Jeremy Cameron kick another bloody 5-6 goals and lead the Cats to glory. Can the Lions mids stand up and get the job done for them? I think this would be one of the better grand finals we could have. Obviously, I think probably the Crows, Cats and Lions will be the best three teams. They are 1, 2 and 3, but in this final series, and I don't really see too many teams competing with them. Unfortunately, only two can be there at grand final. I think it'll be these two, and I do think the Lions go back-to-back. I'm going to back in the Brisbane Lions to get the job done in 2025. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.